So in this workout, we're gonna introduce again 10 exercises. This time we're gonna be working for 45 seconds with a 10-second transition onto the next exercise. Once we've completed all 10 of these exercises, we're gonna take a 1-minute recovery and then begin again for 2 to 3 more rounds. So we're gonna start out in a squat position, a little bit wider than shoulder width, weight evenly planted in our feet. Swing our arms down and back behind us, and then exhale and reach up towards the sky. We're gonna move back and forth between this, bring it all the way up onto the balls of the feet, keeping the body tall. Exhale, full extension. The depth of your squat has to do more with your knee health. So if you know that you've got to be a little bit more protective of that knee, don't go quite as low in that squat. Maintain a tall posture. Make sure that you're exhaling on the way up and continually move. You can add a little bit of a tempo, increase the speed, and elevate that heart rate a little bit more. Finishing up in 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Now we're prepping for what's called a wood chop. We're gonna go ahead and keep that stance a little bit wider, reach up to the corner, pull across the body. So in this movement, we're using nice long levers. We're making sure that our glutes are engaged as we reach up towards that corner, and then an exhalation pulling across the body and engaging through that core. If we can, we're gonna make that range of motion a little bit longer and add more of a rotation as we come back across the body. We've got 45 seconds here. How are we feeling, team?
Feeling good.
Awesome. Keep up that energy. Remember, you don't need to keep our tempo. Find that tempo and pace that works for you. Work hard. Make sure that you feel those glutes engaged on that extension so that back is protected. Keep it up, guys. Nice long body. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Here we are ready to go on the opposite side. Our wood chops again, reaching up to the opposite corner, pulling across the body. So establish that line first, making sure that we feel like we're in a place where we can have that extended position, back supported, glutes engaged. Moving quickly across the body if we feel like we can do that. Keep up that energy, more rotation. We feel like we've got that ability to twist and rotate. Never ever work through pain. So we want to just keep that heart rate working high. Feel that exhalation as we pull across the body. Nice, keep it up. How are we feeling, team?
Great. Looks good.
Excellent. Exhale every time we pull across. Honoring where our body's at. Finishing up in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Okay, so now we're ready to transition into alternating lunges. Take a nice wide step to the side, keep the chest and torso tall, pushing off the leg that we're stepping into. So the idea here is to take that stance and really take that single lever press from side to side, but never losing that carriage. So we want to keep that collarbone pointing forward, adding speed if we need to, just whatever it is that allows you to feel that heart rate increase. Is that heart rate increasing, guys?
It is.
Yes. Keep it up. Just got 45 seconds. You can do this. Keep that energy high. Hands on the quads gives a little bit more support for the back. Keep that breathing. Exhale every time we're pushing from the floor. Finishing 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now we're moving into a side-to-side squat. We're gonna step out into a stance a little bit wider than shoulder width, come back to standing right in the center. So similar to what we did for that alternating lunge, but here we've got a little bit shorter line. We're able to push a little faster perhaps. If you feel like you're ready and you wanna pick up that tempo a little bit, feel free. Drop the hips. Just remember, every time we're trying to keep that same visual that we had when we did our squats, pushing those feet right through the floor, exhaling when we come back up to standing. It's just 45 seconds. How are we feeling?
Awesome.
Keep it up. Almost there, guys. Nice and low in those squats. Tall every time. We can do this. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. So we're transitioning now to some core work. So we're gonna start in a plank position. Carson's gonna stay kneeling, Bobby's on her feet. Plank to side plank. We're gonna rotate over onto that one side, stacking the hips and shoulders, and then transition back to plank. So Carson is taking a kneeling position here. It's just as you build strength and stability. When you're ready, and you're ready for that challenge, then you can move up onto your feet. Let your strength, your back help be your guide. Make sure that you always feel that your core is the primary star of this movement. So making sure when we come back to that plank as well, we have our shoulder blades back and down, thinking back to just those basics we learned with our push-ups, making sure we apply all the things that we're learning. Exhale. Nice job, you guys. So this one, not so concerned with speed. We want to make sure that when we move to a balancing side plank, that we are controlled. We've got the ability to stay there. Core is fired up, nice and strong. 45 seconds. How's the core doing?
It's on fire.
Nice. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So we're moving into tricep push-ups. So these are very similar to our push-up, except our hand position is going to be more narrow. Shoulder blades back and down. We're just going to lower and lift. We've got 45 seconds of these. So this is one where you might want to take that modification, bring it to your knees, maybe have a decreased range of motion. The idea behind a tricep push-up is that we want to transfer that muscle work outside of the shoulders and incorporate a little bit more into our triceps. So literally our arms are skimming our sidelines. We're kind of trying to squeeze those arms right along the body. Carson, how are we doing with those full body triceps? Too bad it's only 45 seconds. Let's keep going. Keep that energy nice and high. Make sure that we still remember with this, we are incorporating our core. Abs should be on fire, glutes engaged, no sway in that low back. Nice job. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're revisiting our plank side plank. Come back to your plank position. This time we'll be transitioning to the opposite arm. So setting that position up in side plank, rotating back to the center. So just a reminder on this one, we're not looking for speed. We're looking for really good integrity of movement, making sure every time we reset in our plank position, our shoulders are back and down, and we're thinking about some of those muscle groups that may not automatically come into focus, making sure that our quads are tight, glutes are tight, and there's an exhalation once again that's happening as we shift and load onto that single side. How are we doing on this side?
Feels good.
Nice. 45 seconds, you can do this. Keep it up. Remember, we don't need speed, we just need quality of movement. Anytime you need to transition, move back down to your knees. You can do the same thing as Carson's doing here, building strength. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, so now we're transitioning into glute bridges. So laying down on our back side, we're gonna have our heels close to our glutes. Go ahead and start by pulling the belly in, squeezing the glutes, lifting and lowering. So this movement is gonna be fluid, back and forth, up and down. Try to keep your knees from pulling apart. Keep that engagement, keeping them squeezing right in the center. We also want to avoid a hyperextension in the back. So we don't want to move into a back bend. Just think more about carving those abs out, drawing the belly in close to the spine, finishing that movement with tight glutes on the top. That consistent movement back and forth. Once again, when we talk about core, we want to remember that those core muscles wrap all the way around our trunk, not just the front abdominal muscles, but moving through some of the accessory muscles on the back side, and we're feeling all of those firing up, yes?
Yes.
Let's keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Our final exercise is core roll-ups. We're gonna lay down on our backside, hands on our hamstrings. We're gonna exhale as we draw our belly into our spine and make a soft C shape with the back, and then lower all the way back and down. So everybody's range of motion is going to be a little bit different on this. The hands are on those hamstrings to give us the additional support. We never want to feel like we're straining and having to pull up with the back. What's most important with this exercise is that we've drawn the belly in right from the very beginning and we start that exhalation. That abdominal or core bracing is what's going to give us the support to be able to do this exercise well and using the correct muscles. Are we feeling the right muscles, guys?
Yes.
Yes, abs are fired up. Nice job. So remember, the transition coming up and down, we always want to create that soft C shape as we lower back and down. Keep that core fired up, nice. Last 3, 2, and 1. So that completes all 10 of our exercises. So from this point, we're going to take that 1-minute recovery before we begin again for our second and third round. Well done, everybody. Keep it up.